what it is. Guess who's back? Can't you see something's really happening? That's why I had to come in rapping in. Not a gift from the cross, that's Santa. I want you to know I am the praying manta. Not to tiss. What's this? It's like Christmas. What's the list? 3-eye Atlas is flying, getting closer. Maybe tomorrow there'll be a poster, a picture of something. NASA deceives. Don't you understand? Lyrically, I retrieve all these rhymes and flows, bars from the brain. Adverbs and pronouns make them go insane. Can't you see who's here tonight? Rebecca Videnoff, we're gonna do it all right. 2 Scorpio Risings, mentally enticing. Empathic, open the third eyes in. Channeler, Galactic, you know. Live readings for you, so watch the show. Knowledge is love. What else can I say? It's time to start the show. Let's rip it, okay? All right, yes. Oh my God, I'm so excited. You guys, welcome to episode 393.
Wow.
Woo. I've been putting in some work of my Knowledge is Love Astrology podcast. And tonight I have my friend, my returning guest. Oh my God, she's an Akashic Records reader. She's a galactic channeler, she has a channeling school with our friend that was on not too long ago, Chrissy. She does it all. We're going to have fun tonight. Live readings, 3-eye Atlas, Akashic, anything and everything. Miss Aquarius Cancer Moon, Scorpio Rising, Rebecca Videnoff. Welcome back to the show, my friend.
Hello, Eric, my dear, dear friend, and all of you. I recognize some of the people in the chat already.
Yes.
I'm so happy to be here. I feel like a veteran on your show at this point because
I think this is the third time, right?
Is it the third or the fourth? It might even be the fourth.
Wow.
It might be the third. We've done other things together, so
yes. It's hard to keep up. We had an amazing workshop, which we'll probably have to do again in 2026 because we're both busy, but people still talk about that workshop. It was powerful.
It was an amazing workshop. Yeah, we talked about Ascension, the astrology connected to Ascension, and how it all lines up with, you know, what I can see in the records.
Yeah, and the Akashic,
activated just thinking about it, you know.
It was so good. But wait, before we jump into the show, you guys, and we'll get to the chat and we'll say hello to everybody, I have to brag on Rebecca. You guys, some of y'all are here, but for those that you are not a part of my Knowledge is Love tribe community, okay, really nice shirt too. We'll have to get different colors too. I was thinking like a black or a red, but the white looks real clean. Rebecca was just at our tribe meeting, not this past Friday, but 2 weeks ago for our 9th tribe meeting. And OMG, you guys, she shut it down. Galactic channeling, explaining the Akashic Records, but also guiding us to be able to tune in and tap in. She did readings. It was just, thank you. That's all I can say. It was so yummy and perfect and just really amazing. And my tribe, you know, listen, you people out there, join the community, www.community.bigeastrology.com. The basic membership is $10 a month. The premium, where you get all the yummy discounts, is $23 a month. And you want to join so you can get amazing discounts from this lady. And we'll learn more about her services and everything in a minute. So come on, listen, you know what's happening. Tomorrow, the 29th, supposedly 3-eye Atlas is, I don't know, is it like between the sun and Earth or between Mars and Earth? Like
it's on the back side of the sun. It's not going to come between Earth and the sun. I have to say thank you for that brag.
You were so good.
I loved connecting with your community. Some of them have come and had readings with me since.
Yay!
You know, and it was really special. You know, these someone's asking, Eric, how do you become a tribe member? And it's just going to the website, right?
Just go to the website. I just said it, right? www.community.bigeastrology.com. And just so you know, we have 2 meetings a month in the tribe. We've got 19 different groups, all different subjects. You can even promote your own business. You make friends, network, learn about, herbs, crystals, homesteading, astrology, numerology, human design, tarot. There's so many things. And on Friday, November 7th, 7 p.m. Eastern, we're going to have intuitive energy healer Joy Baker come in, and she's been on the podcast. It's going to be great. And then I'll be leading something on the 21st of November, and I'm pretty good too.
You're
So
not bad. You're not bad. You
I'm not
definitely
I'm not bad for a gent, for a
you know
fellow.
your
But
you know your stuff, that's for sure.
well, thank you, my friend. And I will say this before we get into all the 3 Atlas interesting stuff. I will be on In the Akasha on TikTok November 4th. Is that 7
7
p.m.?
p.m.
Huh?
Eastern. 7 p.m. Eastern. So
7 p.m. Eastern,
a week
Tuesday, November 4th.
a week tonight.
I will be with this amazing lady on her TikTok. And then soon after that, I'll probably start going live on TikTok myself. I've just been so busy. But okay, so break that down so a couple things. I don't trust NASA. You're hearing all this different information, showing clips and sounds of tuning into it, supposed messages, this and that. I've heard so many people tap in. What are you tapping into? And also, could this really be a nothing burger or something that can help us with our ascension and activate our heart chakras? What do you say?
3i Atlas is big and benevolent. So that's first and foremost. There is so much fear narrative circling about reptilians are on board and the grays, the zeta reticuli. They even have, remote viewers coming out and saying, we've remote viewed, these dark beings on board, which is just, you know, maybe they were looking at something different, Eric. But so I've connected into the energy of 3i Atlas, and I've remote viewed in and outside of it. So I
Really?
wanted to see, because I first wanted to see what it looked like, because everyone's saying it's operating like a comet, but yet it's doing this or it's doing that. I don't
They
know the
said
science,
it's like a big ship, like bigger than Manhattan, the borough of Manhattan, 12 miles wide.
but it's not smooth, man-made looking material. It looks almost like rock
Mm.
from the outside, but what it is conscious technology. And at these high frequency levels, technology is conscious. Consciousness and technology work in tandem, and you can't operate the technology without that consciousness component. So it is meant to disrupt and recalibrate and amplify frequency. So the
Mm.
reason that it's situating itself now, we're at this period all the way through the 31st, where it's closest on the opposite side of the sun, behind the sun. So the
And
sun is
can
between.
I ask you real quick though, as you're saying this, I just want to interject real quick because it's coming now, but doesn't it kind of do like a loop around in March or February or something? Is that true?
I'm not
Okay.
100% sure what it's, because the thing is, it's changed. The
Mm.
course has changed.
Wow.
I don't know if it's because we're supposed to experience this organically,
Mm.
and we're not necessarily supposed to. I don't think they really want us to fully understand, what this is, because the positive aspects of this are a part of our awakening, right?
Ah,
So if
okay.
we don't want the answers to the test, why take the test if you have the answers?
And don't you find it's interesting that like the 29th, right before Halloween, when the veil is so thin
And that's intentional. That I
between the 3D and the 5D and the spiritual and the dead and the
Very intentional,
yeah.
Eric. Very intentional. So when I went inside, so by the way, I see other craft around. And when I say craft, these are ships. One of them is much larger. I think people are referring to it as Swan.
Mm.
Um, this is an actual ship. This is a ship that has beings on it. 3i Atlas is empty. There's no beings on it. There can be, but it's not meant for travel. It's meant for frequency integration, manipulation in a positive way. And it's here to amplify the solar energies, which is why it's for our benefit, right? Which is why it's opposite the sun. It's amplifying the energies that are coming onto Earth to help our
Mm.
ascension. It feels to me like a gift from these galactic collectives. It feels to me like the origin of it is Orion or Lyra, that location in the galaxy.
Mm.
Um, I think it's actually Andromedan technology, though. So this feels like a joint galactic effort. This doesn't feel like, oh, it's the Pleiadians or it's it feels like a joint galactic effort. And it also has a very strong frequency of this is a gift. This is a gift for humanity. So
Wow. And that's funny that you say that, right? Because for me, when I focused and meditated on it, the one thing that I got that don't have any expectations, but just be optimistic, and for me to just stay in my heart space. And you know, I'm a very positive person, but I am and the tribe members know I'm a straight up shooter realist. I'm a realist.
yeah,
And so for me, I'm like, I hope for the best and let's see what happens. But I don't feel or sense anything negative. And
no,
quite the contrary, that's why I think, like you said, it's actually going to help boost the light codes from the sun. And I
exactly.
think this is why all the chaos we're seeing with, just I got to watch what I'm saying, but just random ships being, hit in the ocean near Venezuela,
Hmm.
Russia, Ukraine, the Middle East, peace, no peace, a deal, no deal, right? Like, but then all the chaos really coming in England and America and Vietnam, and even this hurricane. And we send out prayers and healing energy to our brethren in Jamaica, right? Because I don't think that that's a natural hurricane. It is very late. We're almost in November. Now, I know hurricane season can go to October, but I'm telling you, this is not natural. This
Hmm.
whatever is happening, and even just a week or so, a few days ago, I think there may have been a cyclone in Australia or something. This is Uranus and Gemini at 0 degrees, but we have to be careful because I tell people, just like we know the astrology, we need to learn it for good. They know it, and so they can use their toys like harp, different things, to manipulate Uranus and Gemini, which is extreme weather and chaos and unpredictability. You know what I mean?
I do. And I do think that the level and intensity and frequency of distractions is increasing because we're getting closer and closer to contact and disclosure.
Yeah.
And so all of it, not they'll 100% they will use natural events to distract, right? Um, Political events, scandals, this, that, and the other thing to distract. And these space organizations like NASA and others across the globe are swinging the narrative in their favor. They're trying to maintain control of the narrative because it's out of their control, right? This
Yes.
thing is out of their control. So how can we sort of swing this to work for us? Well, we can create more fear. More fear equals more control, right?
That's such a great point too. Yeah, you're right. I feel into that. So, okay, what for the basic tribe member, people in the chat, and I'll let you get to everybody in a few seconds to say hello, see who's here tonight. What can we do to embrace this energy, to integrate it? Like, what would be your spiritual recipe for the collective, for 3i Atlas?
Get out into the sun
Mm,
as often as possible over the next, we'll say, week,
yeah,
5, 6, 7 days.
yeah,
Soak in those solar codes, soak
yeah.
them in because they are more powerful than we have literally ever experienced on this planet historically, ever.
Yeah.
And I'm talking going back to the days of Atlantis.
Yeah.
This is monumental what we're experiencing energetically right now, you know, and everyone's struggling with these really intense ascension symptoms. And a big piece of that lately is because of the energies that Three Eye Atlas is amplifying.
Yeah. The dreams have been crazy. The body aches, the joint pain. I mean, it's been wild.
Yeah. Yep. Get out into the sun. It's getting cold where I am. The frost is already there in the mornings.
Okay.
You know, we've winterproofed the chicken coop. You know, we're gearing up for another winter, but get out there. And here's the other thing, which is something people might not think of. If you wear glasses, take them off when you're in
Yes.
the sun. Take
Take
them
off the shades, take off the glasses. Yes.
even like myself, just take them off for a little bit.
I do that every day. Yeah.
Yeah. And
And
do a
you know
little
what I've been doing too, Rebecca? I put my palms up. These are conductors,
love that. Love
right?
that.
We need to put our palms up to the sun. I do at least a minute or two. Let it integrate in, not just the retina, but the hands. Okay.
As much of your skin, your bare skin, as you can, and you know, ground, because you
Yes.
need to be grounding and integrating the energies that we're receiving, right? We have to be able to anchor this stuff in to the reality, the dense reality that we're here experiencing, which is a physical one, right? So, you know, I can't see without my glasses either, but Quintella Inner Standing is saying, I can't see without my glasses. And I said, I can't either, but you don't need to see. You just need to soak up those codes.
But also imagine this, Quintella. What if these codes and these frequencies can maybe even correct our vision, which is why sun gazing in the morning and in the evening as the sun sets is muy importante. And this time that you're speaking about, right? So we're just winding down the Capricorn moon today and tonight. And as we go to bed, watch the news in the morning, politically, anything. You know, I don't recommend watching the news, but just keep an ear out because the moon is going to hit over Pluto in Aquarius, but also trining Uranus and Gemini. Something's coming tomorrow early, or while we're sleeping at night, that you're going to feel. You may even start to, and that's what I thought is so powerful. While we're going through this Three Eye Atlas experience, the moon being Aquarius conjunct Pluto, trining Uranus, you can't make that up on the 29th. And
It's
then
very intentional, the timing.
I
Very
know, right? It's like sparking the age of Aquarius, literally. And there's two big events, this one, and then when the North Node hits Pluto in 2027. But through this period that you're talking about, we're going to have like the next week, and being now the sun, the moon will be in Aquarius, Pisces, and then Aries, getting ready for the Taurus full moon. So I think that this is definitely perfect timing, no accidents. And I think it's going to bring more sovereignty, freedom, and liberation, and will push us to the highest vibration and frequency, which is authenticity, Aquarius moon. Ta-da!
Yep, exactly.
And she's an Aquarius. She knows. She's
I
very,
am.
very authentic. Okay, you want to read some more comments? If anybody has any questions or anything, shoot them off at Rebecca.
There are some questions here. So people are talking about the sun hasn't been out. The solar codes can be received through the clouds, so
Yeah.
you don't have to worry about.
But I will say in America, we've noticed since we've had our GOV shutdown, haven't seen any chemtrails in the sky.
Right.
That's kind of interesting. And those videos are going all over the internet.
Yeah. So on a sunny day, yeah, it's better because it's more direct, but we're receiving these codes from indoors, right? Like if you never step outside, you're still, you know, benefiting from these solar codes that are being amplified by Three Eye Atlas. Someone is asking, what would the minimum time each day be for sunlight? I mean, 10 minutes
Yeah.
minimum, but if you can spend all day, that's great too, right? Because these are ongoing incoming solar codes, and these are activation codes, by the way. These are codes to wake up our dormant DNA, to activate, to awaken the the crystalline structure that we all hold. We have hybrid DNA. We're extraterrestrial, and Homo erectus DNA makes the Homo sapien. We are literally made up of star being DNA.
Yeah, they took us from 12 strand to 2 strand. They call it junk DNA. It's not junk. It is galactic, extraterrestrial. It's major.
Exactly.
So
Yep.
yeah,
Exactly.
I'm signing up for that. Wake up the DNA. Let's go.
Someone's also asking, do you have to be sensitive to the sun in order to receive the code? No, everybody benefits. No one is special. No one is special. No one has special powers. We all have the equipment. We all have the DNA. It's all about exposing ourselves. Now, here's the thing, right? If you're not doing your shadow work, if you're not on your healing path, if you are avoiding looking at the painful things that you're still holding,
Yeah.
then you're not going to receive the benefit. The codes are going to do nothing,
Yeah. Because
right?
that means there's density in your body and in your heart.
And it can't move through,
Yeah.
right? These energies can't move through. So the best thing that anyone can do, aside from going out to the sun, is going inside yourself and working on healing, right? Peeling back those layers of density that we've internalized and believe are us, believe define us, and dictate the reality that we experience. You have full power over that.
Yes.
You are the creator of the reality that you experience, and the new earth that you seek, right?
I love that. And wouldn't you say it's like, I've been telling people it's like go time, but it's love time. Like increase the self love. That's why the positive affirmations are so important. But
Yeah.
like pour into yourself. And this is the one thing that I think human beings being human that we forget to do and that we're literally not good at because of the programming of the subconscious mind. Compassion, empathy, grace, and mercy for yourself first, Saturn, Neptune, Pisces, but pat yourself on the back. You're doing a good job.
So much
Who
pressure.
who told you you're not doing a good
Oh,
job? That's a lie. You're doing a great job.
I'm not doing enough meditation. I'm not doing enough spiritual practice. I'm not this. I'm not that. I'm not. And it's constantly. Here's the thing: if we continue down that road, there will never be enough. We will never be good enough. There will always be something else. We have to find
Yeah.
the value, the worth, the divinity within.
I love that. And you know what? I tell people, we're all at different places and spaces and we go in ebbs and flows. My thing that I preach, and that can be a trigger word for some people. So I don't mean it like preaching, but one thing that I suggest and that I share is that it's about consistency. No days off, 7 days a week. But if you can only do 3 minutes, that's okay. And enjoy those 3 minutes and make them be as heart-filled and as authentic as they can be. If you can get to 15, 30, 45 an hour, Godspeed, like keep going. You know what I mean? Because I feel the difference, Rebecca. It's so funny that you say that. I was feeling a little like it was a very wonky, busy day for me. But I got outside for a little bit and all of a sudden in the sun, I just got this boost of energy. It was like weird. I was like,
For
whoa.
sure.
And it was so funny. I had to go back inside and get back to work, but I was just like, oh, I'm ready to go run. Like I felt like real good. And so it was really interesting that you said that because that's exactly what was happening. But
Supercharged.
and also connect to Gaia Mother Earth. You said the grounding. That's so key. If you can, I know it's getting cold, but if you can, take off your socks and shoes. If not, hug a tree, but even put your palms on the ground or put your palms to the tree. But talk to the tree. Let people think you're a weirdo. Who cares? Talk to the trees, really tap in. You will never regret it. It will always add additions to your heart and your soul. I promise you.
100%. And you can channel, you can communicate telepathically with the tree,
Oh yeah.
with the earth, with Gaia. I channel all these beings. I wanted to say, as far as the consistency piece goes, the one thing that I'm definitely really consistent with, Eric, and probably the only thing, I'll be totally honest, is my energy hygiene. That's
Yes.
and that's because, not because I feel like it's important for the sake of being important, but I know how I feel when I don't do it.
Yes.
it's off, it's wonky, it's out of balance, right? I really want people to listen to their bodies though in this process of awakening. If you are not, if you are going, well, I meditate for an hour a day every day and that's what I do, but you are exhausted, your body's telling you something.
Yes.
Body's telling you it's not time to meditate, it's time to rest and take care of me,
Yeah.
right? So you have to get intuitive and start listening to those signs and synchronicities that come through your body and the external environment to figure out where it is you're supposed to be, right? I don't do stuff if I'm tired, Eric. If I'm tired,
Super important. Yeah.
if I'm lacking, and because of all these, the solar activity really throws my sleep off. People who are in on my Patreon know I'm constantly struggling with sleep.
Sleep has been an issue for me. I was up a lot last night and my brain would not turn off. And also, I've been dealing a lot, being a Virgo. And shout out to all my mutable signs out there. Come give Uncle Eric a big hug.
you know
It ain't
my
easy. It ain't easy in these streets for the Geminis, the Virgos, the Sag, and Pisces, especially Virgo Pisces. It has been extremely challenging. But for Sag and Gemini too, because you're squaring, right, the North and South nodes, Saturn and Neptune. And the energy for the mutable signs has really been tough. But, I just feel that we're built for this, and the nodes will shift in July 2026 to Aquarius North Node and Leo South Node for another, a little 18th month cycle. So get ready for that. But, I wanted to ask you this. What do you think? Because while this is happening, we have a grand water trine. We have Lilith, Mars, and Mercury in Scorpio trining Jupiter in Cancer, which is really up to me about the emotional intelligence and the divine feminine. And then we've got the North Node, but it's not in the trine, but we've got Saturn and Neptune in Pisces. And when you're in the flow with all this water trine energy, it's really great for manifesting, meditating, and spending time in your water, drinking more water, but manifesting and connecting, speaking to the water. What would you suggest, or what would you say to people at this time when you have this sort of spiritual support? Do you think, in a way, with the Uranus and Gemini trining Pluto Aquarius, that this can and 3 Atlas, this is like a lot. Like it literally could hyper boost our spiritual
Yeah.
talents and gifts. Are you sensing that? Are you feeling what's going on in the Akasha and the Akashic?
That's been, this year has been this energetic crescendo starting at the beginning of 2025, and I was seeing it coming probably the second half of 2024 very palpably, that this was the year that these gifts activate. This
Mm.
was the year that it's dormant DNA. Your gifts are the sum of your past life experiences. You
Oh,
just don't have access to them when the DNA is shut off, right? And
yeah.
so this is what a psychic is, or a medium is. They have specific coding in their DNA that's turned on when they come into this lifetime, and that's why they can do that, right? And so
Mm.
that's what's happening, is all of these things are activating. And yes, I have clients, Eric, my students in my channeling school, 6 weeks of this channeling course, and they come in not channeling, and they're fully, last night we did a night of channeling, group channeling. More
Yeah.
than half the students channeled a group message, worked through a
Wow.
group message. So this stuff is just, it is popping off,
I love that.
popping off. I will say though, along with that, we are being called to complete the cycles in these karmic loops that we've been stuck in for such a long time. So, a lot of density, a lot of junk, a lot of garbage is coming up. So, you're going to see that in your relationships and your work life balance. You're going to see you're being called away from and towards what is truly aligned, right? Away from what's not aligned and towards what is aligned. Um, and that oftentimes will mean everything that you're used to, your normal, your reality, totally crashes down so that it
Yeah.
can build anew on that alignment,
Yes.
right?
Oh, I love that. You know what I titled my Astro Weather week for this week? I put in there building a new legacy, and
Yeah,
then the subtext was building a new spiritual legacy.
yeah,
And and I was looking at the planetary alignments, and I'm like Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, Moon, Three-Eye Atlas, Grand Water Trine, Uranus trine Pluto. I'm like, this is building a new
This
spiritual
is
legacy. Like
this is
it's really powerful. And sometimes I feel as I'm sharing the astro weather, or I'm doing these videos, I can feel like a broken record, but it's so clear, and there's themes and energies that are repeating, that it's like it's a clear focus. Like it is go time, and it is time for us to step into the heart and authenticity so that we can be aligned with ascension, because we have cosmic galactic support, you know what I mean, that we've never had before. This is like, it's really mind boggling, you know what I mean? And you
yeah,
guys, this is not like just spiritual woohoo. This is scientific. Like these
yeah,
X class and M class solar flares, since 2020, they've increased so much. But
big
like
time.
24 and 25, they're some of the highest recorded ever, or they are the highest recorded ever. But the consistency, like you said it, the light codes are coming in.
Yeah.
It's powerful.
And keep in mind too, Eric, that what is happening on the individual level is also happening on the collective level.
Mm,
So as much as new communities are being built, being birthed, right? New ways of doing things, all this homesteading and keeping things local and
yeah,
connecting with your neighbors. Also, we're seeing the purge of the old earth, of
yeah,
the old systems,
yeah.
right? And that is, we haven't even scratched the surface as far as
Well,
that stuff goes.
okay, that brings up a good point, and I want you in a second to get back to the chat and any other questions, and then I want you to maybe do some channeling for us. But that gets to a great point, because what would you say to people? And it's not even that they're still plugged into the matrix, but they still have such a connection to the system and the old versions of themselves. They still have a little fear of letting go of that. So, what tips or insights or advice would you give to somebody to let them, you give themselves permission to like be brave and get, as I say, be comfortable and get comfortable with being uncomfortable?
Yeah. We have no tolerance for uncomfortable, right? And they've capitalized on that,
Yeah.
right? They've capitalized on, well, let's create comforts
Yeah.
that get
All the
that get them
conveniences.
that get
Yeah.
them, yeah, comforts and conveniences that get them super reliant and dependent. We lost power up here. I'm in cottage, farmland here north of Toronto, and we lost power for 7 days because of a massive ice storm this past March.
Mm, I
So we
remember.
invested in a generator. So we have a gas powered generator. We have, a little bit of extra, you know, necessities: toilet paper, paper towel, canned goods, things like that. We have some
Yeah.
extra gas in the shed. Small things, one thing at a time. We're trying to go full homestead here. We have chickens, so we have a food source. I learned how to make my own bread, which was a whole, we lost all these skills, Eric, in like 2 generations.
Yeah.
Like 2 generations. Our grandmothers and great grandmothers kept chickens. They made
Yeah,
from
my
scratch.
grandma in Tampa and grandma and grandpa in Tampa had chickens. She made everything from scratch.
That's what I'm
Ice
saying.
cream, cakes, bread. Like, oh my
Like
God, the
one
eggs
thing
so
at a
fried. Yeah.
because it is overwhelming, right? It really is overwhelming. There's so much to know, and I am by no means an expert. It's one thing at a time. Um, but what I will say is, don't do any of this in fear. If you're doing it in fear, don't do it. It's
Yeah.
counterproductive. Don't do anything if you're doing it in fear. Do it because you want to take care of your future self, right? I had this almost surreal experience, Eric, when we had lost the power.
Right.
We have lots of animals here. Some of them need to stay warm, some of them are okay, but it was still real cold out. And I found myself so unbelievably frustrated that I had allowed myself to become so dependent on these systems without even realizing it, because we take them for granted, and like this, they can just shut them off.
We are at
Yeah.
their mercy. Yeah, it's
And so I said to my husband, there is no way we're going to let this happen again. No way. And, we did what we had to do.
good
Um,
for you.
and not everybody can afford to buy a generator. Not everybody has the space to have chickens, but you do what you can. You get to know your neighbors because they can, right? And then you offer them something in return as an energy exchange.
Barter and trade. Yeah.
This is how these communities, this isn't just some in the distance vision.
This is right now.
This
Yeah.
community stuff, this grassroots stuff is happening now. It is being birthed out of the collective saying what we have right now is not working for us. It is
But
not.
don't you feel like everybody sees it? It's almost like we've got to turn the switch on ourselves and all come to an agreement that like enough is enough.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Well, that people
exhausting.
are people are already fed up. I can feel it in the
Oh yeah.
energy. They're already fed up.
But I also feel it's important. I feel like the collective is now we've talked about this before. There's plenty of souls that they have chosen to stay in a simulation and matrix, and that's their soul journey and choice, right? That's not for us to judge or whatever. But there's some people who are always plugged in and watching CNN and Fox and always plugged in and da 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 da, right?
Those are
And
their favorites, right?
yeah, and and God bless them. Like that's their path and journey, right? That's not for me to judge. I don't get on any spiritual arrogance, silliness,
Totally. Me too.
but and I hold compassion for people. But if you are not choosing that, right, what you said is important. Stay out of the fear zone and be a man or a woman with a plan,
Yeah,
right? When you said that before, that got activated during the pandemic in 2021, the
100%.
Gemini North Node. That not only started the podcast boom, that's back to the local community, hand to hand trade. If I have strawberries and blueberries and you have carrots and kale, then we trade, then we both have fruits and vegetables.
Right.
It's
Yep.
that simple.
Exactly. Exactly. And I can't do everything. We tried to have a garden, and some of it did really well this past summer and some of it didn't.
Yeah.
So it's all about, here's the thing, guys, everything in divine timing. We have to surrender and know that we are being divinely led, divinely guided. If you're here, if you're watching this podcast, you're on the ascension path, your higher self and your guides know what your plan is for this lifetime,
Mm.
right? Follow those signs and synchronicities. There's no stress. You're exactly where you're supposed to be, each and every one of us. You're not too far ahead. You're not too far behind. You're perfect at any given moment. That is the nature of our existence and this experience.
I love that. And I have to remember to say that, in my own self, right? In my own head. Cause I'm like, oh gosh, I don't have a generator. I don't have
We
this. And I'm
get
just,
human. We get all human and
yeah, yeah.
wifey,
And then I remember what I say and preach, right, Eric? Compassion and empathy, grace and mercy. You're doing
no negative
fine.
self-talk. Get
You're
rid of
doing good. Yeah, exactly. And so I will talk to myself in the mirror, like I teach my clients, all that stuff. And you're right. It's so important. All right. So you want to see if there's any more questions, and then maybe we can do some channeling.
Yes.
Okay.
So there's a question here from Cephas 508.
Oh yeah. Hey, Cephas. Yeah, he's deep. I love it. He's great. He's part of the tribe, but he missed when you were there.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, he missed it, but
Well,
I'm sure
sorry.
he saw the replay though.
Okay, cool. So he asks, what rituals or practices will best support our emotional and spiritual clarity?
Mm.
I mean, there's so many, but the biggest support right now is your channel to source, your channel to your higher self and your guides. So if you can sit down with intention, get present, and set intention to open that channel, and have that conscious reciprocal, right, relationship, your whole life changes. Your
Mm.
whole life changes. You let that frequency in, you let that frequency elevate you. Okay, everyone's asking what my big 3 is.
Okay, I started off the show with the rhyme, so you have to rewind and catch it back, but I will tell you.
Yeah, go
She
ahead.
is an Aquarius Sun in the 4th house, a Cancer Moon in the 9th, and a Scorpio Rising, just like me.
Just like Eric.
Yes, Scorpio
Yes.
Rising.
And
And it's so
I
funny, our moons are opposite, and then
Mhm.
our suns are like a quincunx, Aquarius, Virgo. And it's so funny because I tell people this one thing that's interesting with the in conjunction, also known as a quincunx in astrology. Um, Virgo, Aquarius, you could see it with Virgo, Aries, you see it with like, Scorpio, Aries, different placements, right? So it's 150-degree angle. So like think of like the first house, not to the 7th, but to the 6th,
right.
right? So those signs, right? And so with us, the Virgo Aquarius, it is, can be challenging for like dating, romance, intimacy, marriage,
You
right?
know, my husband's a Virgo. Remember, Eric?
I know it can be challenging, but Virgos and Aquarius, not only do they work well together, even in a relationship, they make this like bubble, this cocoon. You just have to remember, let people in your cocoon because it gets
There's
unhealthy if you don't
little
let people in.
holes when
But
we
they
close
make
the
this
door.
bubble of this
Yeah,
protection, and it's very mental,
yeah.
and it's very heavy mental. And I think that's what makes, because and this will be in my astrology book coming soon, but my theory is that Scorpio is like low-key the 4th fire sign because it's ruled by Mars and it's fixed water, and Virgo is
Interesting.
like the 4th air sign because it's ruled by Mercury. Taurus and Capricorn are very different. Taurus is Venus, all the physical possessions, and Saturn is, Capricorn is Saturn, right? Discipline, the stability, the karma. Virgo is Mercury. Virgo's up here. It's not on the Earth.
Mm-hmm.
It's an Earth sign, and it's connected to Earth because it's of service in the physical realm. But Virgo will take the thoughts. See, what people forget about Mercury, Mercury can hang out with what we consider like the luminaries, but the gods, right? The sun and the moon, and then go down to Hades, Pluto, the underworld. Mercury is neither masculine or feminine. It becomes masculine or feminine depending on the
Neutral,
sign it's in.
like a neutral energy.
Yes, it's very neutral. It goes wherever it wants, but it's only ever 88 days away from the sun. And in your birth chart, only 28 degrees apart from the sun. Okay. So, yeah,
Now,
that's a great question.
okay, I missed one here. I want to make sure I get to everybody because
Okay.
I always feel bad if I miss people. Karen asks, she's talking about 3i Atlas. I went
Okay.
back a little bit.
Yeah.
Was this conscious tech from the original seeding of planets from Lyrans and others to monitor worlds that have been seeded and assist in ascension? A download I had today. I'm trying to understand. Yes, Karen, this is the gist of it. It's a little bit more complex, but in its simplest form, your download is absolutely accurate. It does feel like the source of it, like the reason I say it's Andromedan, I feel like it's Andromedan tech. The Andromedans were the ones that came over to the Milky Way, right? That's our
Mm.
sister galaxy. They're the ones that came over to the Milky Way and were like, let's create a physical reality here. Let's help create this physical reality, right? A lot of the Andromedans came as light being incarnations. They weren't physical yet, and created opportunity in Lyra and other star systems that are close to Lyra, like Orion, right? And this is where the initial galactic wars occurred, right? The Lyran Draconian Wars and the Orion Wars, right? So anything old in the galaxy is gonna come from that place in the
Mhm.
galaxy because
Yeah.
it's the first place, right? Or the first places. Um, and my sense is just on add a little bit, Karen, to what you downloaded, is that it is meant to assist and support the ascension of lower density planets, because what happens on one planet affects the entire galaxy.
Right. And don't you, and I think you said this before, but it's like every other spot is waiting on us because
It's a
we're the
ripple,
last of the denses.
it's a ripple effect. So our galaxy is almost at the end of its ascension into fifth density and beyond. There are not any planets in our galaxy besides Earth that exist in such density. We're the last one. There are others that are lower density that kind of feel like they're on the outskirts of the galaxy, but these are not heavily populated. There's no oppression or control that's happening on those planets like there is here. And it's not an extension of these galactic wars. But what's happening here on Earth is an extension, simply an extension or part of these galactic wars hundreds of thousands of years later. So,
wow.
very good, Karen. Trust your intuition.
I like that, Karen. I don't know Karen, so make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Everybody hit the like button. Now, before we get to you channeling, share with everybody all of Rebecca's information is down below in the description, you guys. Please go support and follow her. YouTube, in the Akasha, Instagram, TikTok, but tell them your website and how they can book with you and all your services.
Yes. So 2 different websites. My personal website, which is RebeccaVidenoff.com. Just my name, RebeccaVidenoff.com. You can sign up for my different workshops. My online community on Patreon is where I'm the most active. Super inexpensive to sign up and be a member there. Lots going on every month. I have a live energy update. We do that every month, coming up on November 1st. We talk about the month ahead, very similar to what Eric does, but with the Akashic records and timelines and those kinds of things versus astrology, right? Which is why we work so well together.
So can I ask you, because I have a Patreon, but I don't really use it so much. With the Patreon, is it almost like you go live in there and can you interact like a Zoom?
So I still operate on Zoom, but it's my point of communication for everything. I post all my exclusive content on there.
Okay. So the people from the Patreon, they come over and meet them at Zoom. So you do get to see the face to face and talk.
Exactly.
That's beautiful. Yeah.
Exactly.
It's so important. Yeah.
It is. I have one spot for my mentorship open right now, which usually they don't have spots. So I do have one spot right now. You can sign up on the website.
Okay.
My other website is the Channeling School. So Chrissy Colasano and myself have founded this channeling school. We've already taught our first class. So go to thechannelingschool.com if you want to learn how to channel. It's more than just a channeling school. It's a psychic and spiritual development school.
I love that.
So, that's, we're traveling a lot with the channeling school. We're putting on channeling events and summits through the channeling school. We've got a big one coming up that we're going to announce soon for December, winter solstice. So that's going to be coming up. We have our Egypt retreat in January. We're going to be in West Virginia in November for the channel panel with Daryl Inca and Bashar. I'm really excited about that. So that's going to be super exciting. And many, many other channelers are going to be there as well. We'll be at the Conscious Life Expo in February. We got lots going on, Eric. Lots going on.
Listen, I applaud you. This is what I love. And I just, so great and so excited for you. And you deserve it all. I love it. I love it. So, and I may actually go out to the Conscious Life Expo. I'll probably be there next year once I finish the first book and maybe potentially the second. But we may come and wifey and I may come and see you guys and visit out there.
I would love that.
Yeah, I'm really curious to just see how it all flows and works. I've never been to the Conscious Life Expo.
I haven't either. This will be my first time.
Yeah, no, I was so funny. We were talking about it because I almost signed up for it, but just the schedule and life. So, okay. So do you want to have us tune in and you?
Yeah, let's channel a message. Let's see who wants to
come. See who wants to come. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. There was something that I was going to say. Hang on. There was something that was coming through. What was it? There's one of your guides came through and kind of gave me a quick little message, and I wanted to see.
Okay.
Oh, they're saying you better make sure she gets one of the first signed copies
of my book. Oh yeah. Okay. Without a doubt. Listen, this is going to be a doozy.
Do you have a time frame for publishing?
Well, so we're reformatting. I actually have a couple things that I have to write. Alana is, she's the glue. It's a color workbook, but it's got a special twist to it. So it's not just the normal basic foundations of astrology. It's kind of like a little next level. I don't want to give it all away, but it has my flavor on it in that
I
sense.
can't
So that's
imagine anything you're doing not being next
yeah,
level.
it's gonna be, and Alana's Pisces Mercury is just all over this book. It's so beautiful. It's going to be color, but we're going to do two things. So we may do pre-orders with the ebook. And then if you pre-order the ebook, then you'll get that, but you'll get a discount on a hard copy. And you're going to want the hard copy because it's a workbook. So you actually get to do the work and learn astrology based through your
I'm
chart
so
and
excited
everything.
for this.
It is going to be so good, and it will just be like that guide for you to really always go to. But it's going to look beautiful. But it's the twist is like going to really hook you in. It's going to be great. So right now, it's say depends on the we're doing the editing, doing last little quick write-ups that need to get done and formatting. So hopefully by the end of November we can be done with it, and then the publishing process. We're going to publish ourselves. Eventually we'll put it on Amazon, but they take too much money. When you work so hard, it's like,
Yeah,
I'll be selling it directly from the website. We'll
yeah.
have the ebook so you guys can jump on the pre-orders. We'll give you a discount on the hard copy. And that will also help us to print the hard copy because, printing a color book is
Wow.
expensive, Lucy. And
You're so funny.
and
I
not
used
just
to work
that,
in
not only is it
retail.
expensive, this is like, I think, over 150 pages. Alana may be in the chat. She can confirm it for you, but we're like probably,
Anna's
yeah.
in the chat. I've been seeing her in the chat. Last question about the book because I'm interested.
Okay.
Do you need to have a certain level of astrology knowledge?
No, this is perfect, right? Because my amazing wife, I just got her to learn her big three. She knows nothing about astrology. And so she's kind of been like the tester. Because,
Oh, she's saying here,
yeah,
she says, I finished the planet section today and we are adding a lot of interactive elements to the book. My goal is to make the learning fun. And she's got to make it fun because she's testing it out, right? And she can tell
well, yeah. But not just that, you know, even though I'm really a great teacher, sometimes because I know the astrology on such a level, I can forget to bring it down to the very basic level.
that's why I have to
And
ask her
and
questions
so
sometimes.
bouncing it off of her, she's like, "No, that's too deep. I don't know what that means. Bring
She's
it
the
down."
best.
And so it's been such a great, like, I mean, she's my better half. She's the best. So
Well,
it's
I adore her. She knows I adore her.
yeah. So it's actually really cool because it's going to be a double, W. It's going to be co-written by Eric Taylor and Alana Taylor. So I'm excited about that.
Oh,
And
Lana,
she's
she
been
says
making it happen. So
over 150 pages still need to add the glossary.
yeah, so it's going to be probably get up to like 160, 170 easy. And I just thought of something else that I want to add in today too as I'm writing. So I'm giving you there my little secret nuggets, how to read a birth chart, like just, I
I'm
mean,
so excited about
yeah.
it.
This
I'm
will go
really
along with my foundations course so that if you were taking my course and you have the book, when you are done, you would be able to read birth charts. Now,
oh wonderful.
yeah, but the key is just like anything, más prácticas. You have to practice, right? You can't
It's
just
a
take a
lot.
class one time and then
Yeah.
think you're going to be a master astrologer. You have to like get your hands on as many charts as possible because what astrology is a lot of it's very mathematical, right? It's very much permutations,
Right.
right? So you could have, your sun in Aquarius, but it's in the fourth house. Well, what's the sun in Aquarius in the sixth house mean? In the eighth house, in the 10th? That's a
Totally
different human.
different. Yeah.
So you have to be able to integrate all that. It's
That's
going
like
to be
that's like describing your astrology based solely on your sun sign, right? So
exactly.
you're
You
missing so
don't, and that's the thing. And that's why people get kind of caught up because they'll be like, I'm an Aquarius and they're an Aquarius and they're nothing like me. And it's like, well, you haven't seen
well,
their chart.
my
Their
mom,
sun, their sun could be squaring Pluto and their
yeah,
sun could be in the fifth house. Your sun's in the 10th or the ninth. You're a totally different person.
yeah. My mom, my dad, myself, and my sister are all Aquarius suns.
And you're all different, right?
I stick out like a sore thumb, Eric.
Of course, because
I stick out
You're the
like
Scorpio rising.
a sore.
I love it.
They're a lot more like each other, and I'm over here, right? So
The
that
real black sheep.
you know, they've learned to love this black sheep though for who she is, you
I
know, over
love that.
time.
And
So,
that's how it should be. All
all
right,
right.
let's jump into the channel.
So I feel the Galactic Federation coming through, wanting to address the energies over the next, through your calendar year, remainder of your calendar year. So through 2025, entering into 2026 is what they're saying. So let's bring them through fully. Hello, Galactic brothers and sisters. We are the Galactic Federation of Light, and we are pleased to have the opportunity to connect so directly with you, cosmic gazers. Those of you who are interested in the stars, in the planets, in the goings on in the cosmos. It is a special, unique group, and you are near and dear to our hearts. We want to share some potentially off putting information with you about what is to come in your collective experience. This is how we would word what we are presenting to you tonight. First, it is true, this channel outlined clearly earlier in this discussion, in this meeting, that what happens on the individual level must happen on the collective level. This is specifically because, or not because, they are mirroring each other, but because it is the same energy, it is the same reaction to the energy. And so, as you are shedding layers of density and darkness, so is your collective, your society, the institutions of power and control will fall. This is an inevitability and something you will witness in the very near future. And if you look closely, if you feel into the energy, those of you who are energetically sensitive can feel that this process has already begun. You are already losing faith in your leaders, in your structures of power, of perseverance through the collective will create the new earth that you all crave. Remember that it is not a place that is waiting for you. You are creating it through your belief systems and your collective frequency. You create the reality you experience. So focus your time, energy, and efforts on imagining the world in which you wish to experience. Is it one of love, of peace, of unity? Embody this feeling. This is how you will create this new world. You are the pioneers. We have said this before and we will say it again. It will take hundreds of thousands of your Earth years to reach where some of your galactic brothers and sisters are, but you are the boots on the ground. You are the creators, the shifters, the redefiners. It is you. It has always been you. And there is something deep within your hearts that tell you that this is true. You have always known this, that something is different, that you think differently, you feel differently, you experience differently. This is part of the experience you are there on earth to have. The last message that we will share with you this evening is one of the utmost importance. It is this: as these large systems of power and control fall, as they are systematically dismantled by the rising frequencies of the human beings who are awakening, who are becoming more aware of their true nature and existence, their multidimensionality, so on and so forth, you must be the anchors of light, The collective vibration will plummet. People will experience extreme fear because the reality that they thought created stability is falling, will fall. And so will their sense of safety and security. You must anchor light. Do not allow yourselves to subscribe to the fear mongering, the propaganda, the false narratives around disclosure, around extraterrestrial existence, and so on and so forth. Use your discernment. You have an internal compass that is accurate 100% of the time if you learn how to listen to it.
Mm.
And so we encourage you to do this. Not because you should, but because you can and you are meant to. We are sending you all of our love, all of our light from the Galactic Federation. We are with you as always. We stand shoulder to shoulder with our human brothers and sisters. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your efforts. And we will speak with you soon.
I love that. And what's so powerful, this message from the Galactic Federation, one thing that I really was tapping into when you talked about, really, I guess, that trust in our own intuition, right? And I've been saying for so long, we have to become our own media,
Mm-hmm.
right? And that right now is being amplified by this grand water trine with Jupiter and Cancer and our emotional intelligence and our discernment, Saturn, Neptune, Pisces, but Mars, Mercury, but the true black moon, Lilith, and Scorpio. And I want to say this, what the dance will be for the next few months is the true black moon Lilith goes back and forth. The mean position of Lilith, I think, is there in Scorpio till December 3rd. But the true black moon Lilith, will go back and forth to Scorpio and Sag. And why is that so key and important at this time? Because Scorpio is the truth speaker. It investigates, it researches, it probes.
So this
It's
is the disclosure, is what you're saying.
yes, and it's empathic, and it wants to know and will find out the truth. And then Sagittarius is the truth seeker, expanding wisdom, knowledge, consciousness, our beliefs, our philosophies. And so that Lilith tapping into our root chakra and our intuition will have us researching, investigating, knowing thyself and thy truth, and then also seeking our higher self, our spirit guides, our guardian angels, our ancestors. And I think that that's such a poetic thing at this time. Scorpio, Sag, they are the truth seekers, speakers, and of the zodiac. And so Lilith being there at this time, not an accident.
Right. None of
Everything,
it's all divine timing, right? It's
it's
all
powerful. It
yeah,
gives me chills because I see the puzzle, and I'm just sometimes I'll sit there and look at the charts, and I'm like, "Oh God, you're doing something up right there. You stirred something. It's like
right,
powerful." I get
right.
excited
I feel
because
that. I feel that.
yeah, and also I feel the intuition and the answers from within becoming much greater for myself. And
Huge.
so I notice when I connect and ground in earth and nature and call on my ancestors and call on my spirit guides, it's getting clearer, you
Eric,
know?
our channels, our individual channels are opening and widening and clearing. They've always been there.
Yeah.
They've always been there, but we haven't been able to access them. And in 2020, and I know you talk a lot about so much that shifted at that time, right? Well, I'm getting goosebumps, resonance right now as I say it. Before I even finish saying it, something turned on in the collective. Something turned on, and it's like this, like the pearly gates opened, and something became available to us that has never been available to us before.
Yeah.
Right, and because we have been taught to move and look away as far away from spirit, from source, from God, from spirituality as we possibly can, right? And depend on the tangible stuff to make us happy, to fulfill us, to complete us, we don't know how to tap into this. That's why teachers like myself are coming out of the woodworks and going, hey, I've done this. Let me show you. Show you
Yes.
how, right? Because we can all do it. We all have the equipment. We all
Yeah.
have the channel, you know?
Rebecca, we're so much more powerful than we have any idea.
I know.
I tell people all the time, we're not small and little, we're big. That's why they're doing all this stuff against us. Why do you
That's
think that
the
there's
key
so much
area.
toxins in the food, stuff in the water, this and that and that, and this and that, and medical? I mean, it's because of them knowing who we are.
And here's the thing, they made us, and they made a mistake when they made us from their through their lens. They made us too powerful. And
Yeah.
what's starting to happen because of all this solar support, galactic support, cosmic support, is the parts of us that they shut off,
Yeah.
right, are coming online naturally, organically,
Yeah.
right? No matter how much they manipulate the frequencies, no matter how much they poison this, that, and the other thing, we are we're activating,
Oh yeah.
right? It's like kill switch activated. Like they're all waking up and going, oh, hang on a second.
It's like
Whoa,
that
whoa,
TV show
wait,
Humans. Oh
what?
my God. Yeah.
No, no, no. We won't have this, right?
It's
So
beautiful. It's a beautiful time. I love this.
beautiful time.
So, okay, how about this? Let's have a little bit of fun. Won't keep you on for long, but maybe we do just a couple of readings. If people share with you maybe their birth date and a question, is that kind of what you may want? Or
Sure. Let's do a few of those.
okay, so you guys could put in the chat a question you have for Rebecca and maybe just your birth date, and then you could read it out loud because I can kind of tune in a little for them as well. But I think
Okay.
that'll be really fun, and then we will say goodnight, you know?
Sounds good.
All right, you guys, so type it in the chat now. Any questions, you want to share your birth date, and Rebecca can tune in to, your Akashic and your guides and see what message is for you.
And guys, I do this once a month on my Patreon as well.
Yeah,
So I
I'll
do
join
the
her
energy,
Patreon. Yeah.
yeah, I do the energy update once a month, which is just month ahead and answering collective questions. So I do a psychic month ahead and collective questions. And then I also do a monthly workshop on a different ascension topic plus a Q&A for
I'm
any.
so busy. I may have to send Alana to join your workshop so she can go get the information to share with me.
And she can give you the replay too.
Yeah,
She
because I want to go, but I'm just so like, oh my God, but like I'm just like, I want to be there.
was so funny. Okay. We're going to answer a few of these. I may not get to everybody,
Yeah.
but we're going to answer a few of these. So I see Karen first, March 27th, 72. What
Okay.
did I need to know? What do I
She's
miss?
in Aries and Pluto Libra.
Okay, hang on.
Mm.
Karen. You're stressing about little things, kids, maybe, uh, things that are trivial. They're not important. And it's overwhelming your system, your nervous system. And it's like you've been doing it for so long, you don't realize your nervous system is constantly low level activated. So grounding is really going to help, but also, use it as an opportunity for an intellectual exercise, which I like to stay away from. But in this case, paying attention to, does this really matter? And if you're not sure, bring it down to the heart. It feels like a lot of the things that you are worrying about are things you can't control. They're things that have to do with other people's paths.
Yeah.
Like, it's because you're coming from a well-intentioned place. You want them to be okay. You want them to be safe. You want them to be loved and supported, but it's counterproductive. So
And
recognize where you
oh,
can let go. Yeah.
that's so perfect. And what's so powerful about her, she is got to walk into her true independent sovereign self, right? She's an early degree Aries, and she is like a spark plug. And so, whether you know it or not, your soul has come here to learn its life lessons through the lens of relationships. So, there could be challenges with siblings, parents, maybe a spouse, a divorce, a second, third marriage, maybe never getting married. It could be any of those things, but you have chosen to learn the most through the lens of your relationships and how you interact with the other half. And but you've got to remember, you're the leader of your movie and your film, and you are very instinctual, but you got to trust it.
Hmm.
You have to trust it, Karen. You are super dynamic. I really feel that, and it's yeah, I'd love to meet you and see your chart. So definitely reach out to Rebecca too.
I love that. Okay, Deborah, are my headaches and skin issues linked to this ascension? Yes,
Yeah.
but there is past life. Okay, the skin issues is past life related.
Did she share her birthday or no?
Oh, sorry, she did.
Okay.
Yeah, October 14th, 66.
October 14th, 66. Okay. Yeah.
Um, so Deborah, the skin issues is related to something that occurred, a trauma that occurred in a past life, a density. They will clear as ascension continues. As your vibration rises, the density that has penetrated into the physical layer will resolve itself basically because it's a low density energy that creates the skin issues. They're just a symptom, right, of the deeper issue. The headaches feel related to ascension, and I also feel like you need to be drinking more water. I feel like you're dehydrated.
I was going to say, but not just more water. She needs more fruit, which is the H3O.
Mm.
And some of these issues may be she's born in this generation, Pluto Uranus conjunction in Virgo. I don't know what you do for work, but you are a dynamic healer. So if you're not out there healing others, that's what your soul has come here to do. Virgo is the weed in the medicine, service to humanity. Pluto Uranus, that is the entire consciousness of the collective, helping to transform others' lives in a very powerful way, whatever that means to you, Deborah. But you've got this, but I don't know if you're walking into it yet. So that's why you're having the skin issues, the headaches. Like it's time for you to go out there and you heal people, you help people.
Mm.
The channeling class with Rebecca may really help you. And, and I can definitely help you with a birth chart too, but you have got to help others.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Love it.
She's powerful.
Okay, hang on one second. January 23rd, 62 is Anna, and
Hi, Anna.
she just asks finances. So what I feel come up right away is an ancestral scarcity wound that you volunteered to kind of heal in this lifetime. So in order to bring in the financial abundance, there's two things that they're showing me. First, you have to heal the scarcity wound. And the way that you do that is recognize that when you're in fear and trying to control your finances, you're actually blocking the channel of financial abundance. When you're in alignment, which is not in fear, right? Being in any kind of fear, you're not in alignment, right? So when you're in alignment, the way the universe is naturally set up by nature is it is constantly flowing all channels of abundance to you, financial and otherwise, relationships, emotional, all of it, right? So really you've got your foot in the door, you won't let the door close is what they're showing me. They're giving me this visual of like, no, they're trying to close the door. The universe is trying to close the door on that, but you got your foot in the door because you're trying to control it. The second thing they're showing me is there's a little bit of core belief still residing that says the material stuff is important. There's something there. It doesn't feel like you're superficial, stereotypically superficial, but there's some belief system that says that if I have A, B, and C, I'm enough. And you have to redefine what actually makes you enough and just your existence, right? And you being here qualifies you to be in that?
She's about to go through a serious transformation with Pluto hitting her sun. And so, Anna, please allow yourself to do the shadow work, detoxification, do a parasite cleanse, like really tap in and like shed off those old clothes, the old versions of Anna, because you're so new. And the more you push the envelope, the more you are the rebel, the black sheep, the more you are the vanguard, innovative and futuristic, you're going to become more authentically Anna and your true sovereign self. You're, like I said earlier in the show, like don't play small anymore. You
Mm-hmm.
got to play big. You and Karen, okay? But it's and it's for everybody, right? But I'm just going off of your alignments and stuff. But you're that early Aquarius, so Pluto's dancing right there on your sun right now in transit. So
Mm-hmm.
please make sure you're doing some stuff with the health, but know that like, yeah, this is a powerful time for you. Pluto's there to 2044. You're not going to be the old Anna anymore. And so you got to embrace that. Remember when I said earlier, be comfortable with being uncomfortable? That was for you too, specifically.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And
Love
thank
that.
you for coming. Make sure you subscribe. All you new people, subscribe to the channel. And thank you for being here. All right. You want to do like two more, maybe?
Let's do it. So, okay, what do we got here? Okay. Birthday is April 4th, 61. This is, I'm not sure how to say it. Fohenismentole.
Oh, is that Phoenix? Phoenix, a mental, yeah.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's Phoenix. Hey, Phoenix.
Four,
Yeah, they're
four,
regular.
four, four,
Now, what's Phoenix's birthday again?
4461. April 4th,
Four.
1961.
Okay, yeah. Phoenix is power. Yeah, Phoenix is a regular. So you go ahead. Yeah.
She's asking, why did I come? What did I come to do or learn in this reincarnation? And she says, thanks a gazillion.
Hmm.
Okay. Well, the bigger purpose is you're here for ascension. And so what that means is you're here to be an anchor of this high frequency, high vibrational energy to anchor it into the earth grid. And the only way that we can do that is if we incarnate, right? The Galactics tried to do this many, many years ago, and they couldn't without boots on the ground, which is why all these star seeds and light workers came together and said, we got to go. We got to go there so that we can do this, so that we can do the thing. So that's the bigger purpose. So if you're questioning that if you're here for that or not, you are. Number
Oh,
one. Okay. Number two, the first thing they show me is dogs. So I don't know if it's animals and birds. It's something with animals, wildlife. That's where your gift comes out. That's what they're showing me. So I'm curious, are you an animal lover? I think you are. But I don't know that you're working with animals. I think that you're supposed to be like one of the gifts that you have is animal communication. I don't think it's online yet,
mm,
but it's there. It's in your coding. I can feel it. Um, this is going to be a big shift for you when this comes on because it's like animal mediumship, animal communication. And then I'm also seeing like when you enter into community, as we sort of split into these minute cities versus conscious communities, we're going to have these two choices and that's it. You know, moving forward, you're going to be sort of the liaison between the natural animal world and the human world, the bridge,
mm.
so to speak, because there needs to be a symbiotic relationship that doesn't currently exist on our planet.
That's wild. Because this is the first time I'm maybe getting the date of her birthday like that. She
Okay.
shared her big three with me before, and I don't remember it offhand. But let me show you this in my hands.
Okay.
She's the four, right? That's 4 4, but that's also connected to Uranus energy, and she's the Aries. But think of the Aries being here, and then she's got the opposite of Aries is Libra, but on either side she's got the Pluto and the Neptune. So there's the finger of God. That's the sextile. So Neptune and Pluto, the big outer planets. Neptune, the spirituality. Pluto, the transformation. Pain, trauma, crises. they're coming down and they're pointing the finger of God, which is a yod, to her Aries sun. She's a tribal leader. So when you said that about the animals, yeah, she's got to walk into that. She is that phoenix, right? And so she's got to become more sovereign, become, don't worry about stepping on people's toes. You've got a mission and a calling. Yeah, you're getting a little bit older, but that doesn't matter because you're going to start to get a little younger too.
Mhm.
Aries and Capricorns really have like the fountain of youth.
Mhm.
Capricorns are older when they're younger, and then there's like the Benjamin Button effect. And Aries, even 50s and 60s, are big giant kids, children. You know what I mean? But it's the childhood genius. Aquarius is the sage, old person genius.
Mhm.
So with the Neptune and Pluto pointing to your sun, that's about the healing and transformation that you have, pretty much like what she said, blending between, I guess, human and animal, but just really I'm sensing tribal leader for you, you know?
I
So
love that.
that's great, Phoenix.
Going back to Phoenix,
Okay.
she's saying, how can I help others when I have constant pain in back and neck from spine? It has a curve in it. Here's the thing
Mm.
that's coming up for you. You got to go to the med beds. You got to go.
Yeah.
If you go on my Patreon, I have several videos about med beds. We talk about it in my group mentorships, in my workshops. Med beds can be accessed energetically. You do not need to be in the physical presence of a med bed to access its healing potential. They're showing me, like the Pleiadians are going, tell her to come, we'll help her.
Yeah.
So you got to go to the med beds, and that's for anyone else too. If you want to learn more about it, I talk lots about it on my Patreon, on even my social media. I've channeled about it before. Okay, and she's saying she's an animal lover.
Great. Yeah.
Aries Sun, Scorpio Moon, Aries Rising, lover of animals. Thanks a gazillion, Big E and Rebecca.
Yeah. She's powerful. Aries, Scorpios, that's that Mars. I told you, tribal leader.
Yeah. My
And
son's an Aries moon. It's challenge. It can be challenging.
yeah, well, she's the Aries sun and Aries rising with the
Yeah.
Scorpio moon.
Yeah.
She wakes up and she's a challenge for herself and others. She's a spark plug.
Too funny.
And that's what I'm telling you, right? You guys, Anna, Karen, like even Deborah, no more playing small,
Yeah.
you know? I think it's powerful that we're getting these people born in the 60s.
Love it.
This is really, you guys are really, it's
I
just
love it.
powerful because people born in the 60s, they were almost more indoctrinated than us in the 70s and 80s. And so it's harder for them to step out of this matrix and system.
I know what you
But
mean. Yeah.
you know what I mean? But they
Yeah.
also have these dynamic gifts in them. And
Yeah.
that's where the health issues are coming from because you're not walking in your purpose and your gifts.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why I just got that download. That's why you're having the health issues.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I love
So yeah,
I
so
love it.
please
But I know
read.
what you mean. I can feel that in the energy. There is more. There is this additional layer of indoctrination in that time,
Oh
right?
yeah.
It's different than, because it feels like people later on went, no, we're not going to handle this, and they had to kind of pull back a little bit, right? We're not
Yeah.
going to deal with this.
Yeah.
All
Each
right,
generation it shifts even more. All right, you want to do one more?
let's do one more. So, okay, I'm just picking them randomly, guys. So I'm sorry if I don't get to you.
Yeah. And you guys don't worry. When the new year starts, she'll be back on early. So
Yeah,
and next time we'll do more readings, okay?
yeah.
But come watch us on her TikTok, November 4th in the Akasha.
We're going to be doing the same thing.
And we'll probably do a ton of readings then.
Yeah. Yeah. Eric will do big 3. My people love when he does that. So,
Yeah.
all right, Tranquil Moon 276.
Oh, nice name. I think they've been here before. Welcome, Tranquil Moon.
May
Oh, wait. I'm sorry. Say the birthday again.
May 20th,
Oh, May 20th.
1978.
May 20th?
May 20th,
Ooh, okay. 520. Okay.
1978. So first she asks, career-wise, would it be best for me to move next year?
Hmm.
This is tricky. Hang on.
Tell us where you're at. That's what I want to know.
So I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I'm curious what the astrology says. There's some kind of, this is complex. This is probably why I picked this one. Like,
Okay.
didn't realize, but there's a timeline crossover where, because what I'm trying to do, right? How I do this is I go, where's the most value? Where's the highest timeline? Where's the most alignment? And I'm seeing these two timelines, one where you move and you find some alignment moving, but moving away actually it prevents you from having this other alignment. So it's this kind of scenario of like choose your own ending, right? It's always going to be good. Both feel like okay, but I feel like your level of comfort and stability is going to be more solid and stable by staying put for now. For now.
Does she want to share where she's at? That would be helpful too.
Where are you?
But
Like
she's on that Taurus
like
Gemini
her
cut.
location, her physical location, you're saying?
Yeah.
Can you
Where,
tell us if she's still here?
okay, yeah, where you live. But yeah, but she's on that cusp of energy.
Panama
Taurus,
City, Florida.
she's where in Florida?
Panama City, Florida. Real estate market is not the best.
Yeah.
I don't see you doing real estate forever. I don't think you're, I mean, that's just have gratitude for it paying the bills. We need to, a lot of us are getting so pulled away from our 3D jobs. I'm seeing this across the board. And
Yeah.
here's the thing, we're not here to resist the 3D, we're here to integrate it.
Yes.
So it's not, oh, that's too 3D, I can't know. We're here to integrate this stuff. So find gratitude and love for the fact that this has been a channel of income or a channel of opportunity, but shift into something that feels more aligned. And for me, this feels like helping people. I'm seeing the elderly. I don't know if you have maybe a parent or someone.
She has a powerful, I feel like she's got a powerful throat chakra. Um, she's on that cusp of energy. She may be, depending on the year, 78, I'd have to look it up. She definitely should reach out and book a chart reading, but she's probably like 29 degrees Taurus. So she's got that, her Mercury could be Taurus,
Like
Gemini.
an astrology computer, Eric.
Thank you.
He's like 29. Like that's pretty specific.
But then she's got, listen to this, but then she's got the Uranus and Scorpio and the Pluto and Libra, right? And so, you know, she's definitely learning a lot through her, relationships in her life. But like you said, there's real estate was just to do and love and get by. But she's like, I don't know if she's a Reiki master or an energy healer. She's, a relationship expert. Like she's
She
her.
says yes, 29 degrees. He's on point.
Yeah, I got you, girl. You got to reach out. I'm telling you, because and I can even help you with the business and the career stuff too. I do business birth charts, career charts, all that stuff. But I'll tell you this: that Uranus Scorpio. So in astrology, and I had to explain this in my book, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto don't have exaltations, right? They're just at home. Pluto, Scorpio, Neptune, Pisces, Uranus, Aquarius. But there is a debate in the astrology community, it's just not been officially designated, that Uranus would be exalted in Scorpio. And then it's fall in Taurus, which is what we've been going through the last 7 years, #New Earth, right? We've had all these attacks on our resources, our values, our self-worth, our possessions, right?
Yeah.
Food supplies, food chains, right? All these tariffs. That's Uranus Taurus. So with Uranus Scorpio, she's super empathic and she feels energy so deeply. And she's probably used it to her benefit for real estate. But she's, and this is no knock, right? My wife was a property manager. She was a great realtor, did real estate for a while too. But this woman right here, she's bigger than real estate.
Mm.
You know what I mean? There's something like you said, right? That like she's got a calling about healing. I love to see her chart. Yeah.
I want to clarify too, Eric. Tranquil Moon, I feel like you might move cities or towns within Florida, but I'm not seeing necessarily a cross country move or a bigger move like that. It
No,
does feel like where you are is if there's a little bit of stagnant energy exactly where you are. So you could shake that up by looking to find a new location of, sort of next neighboring town or something like that, if that's something you've been thinking
well,
about.
the key thing is the only thing I really want her to focus in on is you need to get more inland. You need to get away from the coast.
Fair.
New York, LA, Florida, Louisiana, the coast. You guys,
That's definitely fair.
it's not, the coasts are not safe in America.
California, I've definitely seen in the future.
No, yeah, it's not going to be around. Yeah. So,
Yeah, she was talking about in-state. Okay, so then we're on the same page.
okay.
Moon.
Yeah, and just make sure you're like move up the state or whatever, like going maybe towards a little bit more Georgia or whatever, or Kentucky. I don't know I forget, my my elementary school map in that sense, but move upper Florida.
Yeah.
I think that maybe that's like Orlando and above, Pensacola. No, not Pensacola, Orlando and higher. But
Yeah.
that would be, I think that would be, better for you. So I like being in places, Rebecca, where there are no natural disasters. That's why I think Arizona is pretty cool. Plus,
I
it's
mean,
such a spiritual place. Oh my God.
Eric, I thought that was the case where I am, but then we had this ice storm. And here's the thing, Gaia is also going through her purge.
Yes, the birth. Yeah, she's birthing. Yeah.
And
Oh yeah.
so, yes, is there weather manipulation? 100%.
Yeah, but there's the dragon. There's the dragon ley lines. Yeah, there's the whole birthing. Yeah.
100%. But there is a lot of natural purging that's occurring within Gaia's body.
Yeah.
Right. And, I've tuned into, is this hurricane contrived?
Or is it real?
Or is it natural? And sometimes they know when a purge is going to happen and they amplify or they utilize or take advantage of.
Ah, yeah.
So there's a whole bunch of different scenarios. So, they've had tornado warnings up here where I am. We've historically never had anything like that.
Really? Above around Toronto? That's wild.
Well, we're like 90 minutes, 2 hours north. So
Okay.
it's different. We're on a weird weather belt up here.
Okay.
We had 7 feet of snow. Toronto had 3
Ah, yeah.
last winter, so
Makes sense.
yeah, it's a big, everyone's saying thank you.
Oh, thank you guys for coming here. This was like so amazing and outstanding. And join us on the 4th, 7 p.m. Eastern, TikTok in the Akasha. I will be there with her and we will sprinkle some more love and magic on you guys.
It's been a long time since I've been live on TikTok. I've
Oh,
been
really?
busy. Yeah,
Well, you've been so busy. Goodness. I mean, you're globe trotting, you're planning, you're teaching, you're a busy lady,
I'm excited though. No, it'll be good. It'll be good. We'll do some big 3. I would love, Eric, if you updated everyone on what's going on with the astrology right now, maybe for the end of the year.
And it's perfect. That's why I was glad we picked that date, because it's right before November 7th. And I'll probably be putting that video up tomorrow that I taught at Coffee Talk, when Uranus enters Taurus for the final time, right? I want you guys to pay attention. There's a pattern here. Uranus in Taurus, feminine, fixed earth sign. Saturn, Neptune, and Pisces, feminine, mutable water. We're coming back to integrate and awaken with Jupiter and Cancer, our emotional intelligence and the divine feminine. Women are the portals. They are the source, the goddess. Once the divine feminine reawakens, the planet will come back into its natural balance. It's been out of whack because of the patriarchal system for thousands of years. and it's got to come back. So these retrogrades are preparing us to move forward in 2026, but it's going to be a whole new energy, because Saturn and Neptune will be in Aries. That's the new beginning, a new reality. Uranus will leave Taurus and go into Gemini April 25th, right? And for 7 years, and it's masculine, mutable air sign. New consciousness, new thought, new mental telepathy, new clairs, new gifts.
Wow.
And it's to integrate the new dimension and the new earth.
It's on point. So
But we can't play with this energy the end of 25 and 2026. This is the time to hibernate, do the spiritual work, isolation, integrate the codes, right, as you were saying, so that we can be more authentic and more sovereign moving forward in 2026 and 27. It's going to be the map for survival.
2026 is the last year before open contact. Everything changes after that. Okay. And we are building up to that with the falling, the dismantling of the old and the replacement of the new. So, things are happening, but as soon as those ETs are boots on the ground, our entire world, everything that the people who are asleep think they knew, it all changes. Everything changes. So exciting.
These are wild times.
Time to be alive.
But you know what, my friend? Well, thank you, first of all. This was so amazing. But I want people to remember, we're built for this. We are the brave souls that chose to be here at this wonky time of leaving the Piscean age and moving into the age of Aquarius. That cusp is like a 400-year period. And so when people say, oh, we're in the age of Aquarius, so excited, it's like, when you go to the beach and the tide comes in and the sand is just like a little wet and damp. We're not even in the water yet. Because remember, Aquarius is the waters of consciousness, the fixed air sign, but it's the water bearer. The sand is wet and our toes are in the wet sand. So that means we're here to lay down the foundation of this new earth and new reality.
That's right.
So that means we're no joke.
We're either crazy for coming down or we're the most badass souls in the universe.
We are the hostess of the mostest, from coast to coastest, brag and boastest, the toastest. Yeah, we're badass.
Tranquil Moon's asking, last question.
Okay.
Will 3i Atlas hit Earth in 2026? No, 3i Atlas is never coming to Earth.
Yeah. That's
not happening. No. They're going to come and go. It's going to come and go, do what it's going to do, and it's going to go help somewhere else. Different ETs are landing. Probably the Pleiadians, the Centaurians will come because they're the most human looking. And so we don't want a big mantis stepping off the ship and freaking everyone out, right? So that's not what we're going to get first go around. We're going to get the ones that look human that aren't human, right?
Well, what's going to happen when we see the mermaids and the woolly mammoths and all that stuff?
That's what I'm saying, right? The Sasquatch start coming out of the woods, and
the fairies
start flying around, and that's real. That is in our future.
Oh,
that's in our future.
Yeah, it's like next Friday.
It's soon. It's soon. It's real soon.
Oh, I love it.
I love you, Eric.
I love you too, my friend. This was so great. Yes, and definitely, Alana wants to, talk to you, so you stay around for a second. But you guys, this was so much fun. Thank you for coming to episode 393 of my Knowledge is Love Astrology podcast. Go follow this woman. Go join her Patreon. Check out her courses, everything. In the Akasha YouTube, go give her some follows there. She's a big giant on TikTok and Instagram, but go support her and follow her. And come back in 30 seconds and leave a comment for us. That helps the show grow in the algorithms. All you new amazing ladies that gave you these readings, come subscribe. Come back to the channel. We'll be on live Thursday night, 7 p.m. Eastern, with a young woman who's an author and dynamic. Her name's Jessica Weber. It's going to be awesome. But Rebecca, you are the best, my friend.
Thank you so much, Eric. I truly, truly love you. I truly,
Thank you,
truly
my
love
friend.
you.
The feeling is mutual. Tell your husband, tell Jordan I said what's up. And the pig, tell the pig I said hello.
I will. I have a pig who lives in my house, guys. For those of you who don't know and follow me, if you know and follow me, you know I have a pig. But
Yeah. I got to meet the pig one day. I got to meet the
I want to
pig.
pet the pig.
Yeah.
She's pretty.
Alana wants to pet the pig, and I got to meet the pig.
I know Eric. Eric has a pet pig in his future. I know this. I
Well,
know
if
this.
if it's up to my Pisces wife, we would have an animal farm, okay? But for
That's
me, I like animals more at a distance. I love them. I respect them.
You just haven't had them close up to you yet, Eric. Just wait.
Well,
Just wait.
I've had my
You'll reach
moments,
the
but
pet.
it's yeah. I got a big heart, and my heart gets bigger every day. So
And they probably gravitate towards you when you're
oh
around,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. Well, dogs love me, so that's been
Yeah.
always a good thing, and
Yeah.
cats too. I've been cool. I've been cool with animals. So, all right, you guys. Thank you for watching Knowledge
Guys,
is Love Astrology
love you
podcast,
all.
and we will connect with you soon. I'll see you guys Thursday. And do me a favor, go make sure you subscribe and check out my new channel, Stars and Cards Lounge. It's really awesome. Where astrology meets tarot with Elena from Searchlight Tarot.